Of Miclan Byrg, that it sticketh on Chetoles Beorge, foray to Miclan Byrg, foray to Trochen, fonan to Solstice. It's a pleasant winter's afternoon. Sun's very low in the sky, as you would think in the middle of winter, and thankfully it's past the solstice, now the winter solstice. Not for any religious reasons, but because it means us YouTube antiquarians can have more daylight to be out looking for barrows and things. So we're off to another part of the landscape, following this ridge around, because what we're doing is the Shire Rack. Which rack can mean a path, but its original meaning is Shire Oak. And this is there's woods around here called Oakley, and it is a shire boundary between Wiltshire and Dorset, and further on along there, Hampshire. So the Saxon Charter of Barrow Chalk talks about Kitt's barrow, talks about a number of landmarks, and we're going to go to one next. So this here is the Grim's Ditch. Again, it's right near the top of, like a lot of our linear earthworks. It's on top of it's not on top of a ridge, it's on a ridge, but it's just below the top of the ridge. And I don't know how to interpret. I can give an interpretation of that, but I'm not sure I'm right. The Grim's Ditch is named in legal documents, the earliest being 1280. There's many Grim's Ditches and Grim's Dykes all over the southwest, and most of them seem to be Bronze Age to Iron Age landmark land boundaries. Here, like a previous Grim's Ditch which I investigated 6 months or so ago, I can't see a dike, I can't see a bank built up to help defend one area from another. So my suspicion is that these are just agreed boundaries between different people. Some commentators have described a situation where one or more men from two different communities would dig together the boundary, therefore setting out agreement. Though it's dated 1280, these are from a period 2,000 or more years before that. But this is not the only ditch in this area. We also have Bokeley Dyke, which is a defensive fortification. It defends quite a large area. The bank on it is huge. Can you see it? It goes up and then it goes along to the left. You see it? It's a great big ditch and bank. That is Bokeley Dyke. It would have been palisaded, it would have been patrolled, it wouldn't have been impermeable, but it would have slowed down any enemies long enough for you to gather your reserves. What is interesting, what I didn't know before, was that the Bokeley Dyke was the gap in Bokeley Dyke, the gate, was filled in at some point after 364,
and this is the barbarian conspiracy, the period of the barbarian conspiracy and later, which is fascinating in itself. There are indications that a Romano-British, a British-speaking, that is very early Welsh-speaking people managed to survive in this area for long enough to retain their place names. There are quite a few here from Melbury, Fontmell, Sixpenny, Tollard, Orchard. All of these are Welsh names, very, very early Welsh names. And as I've illustrated before, places like West Berkshire have none at all. Well, West Berkshire has one, which is Speen. And the rest of it is entirely English linguistic hegemony. The gate at Beauclerk Dyke in the Anglo-Saxon period, there's a village right next to it called Woodyates, and this in the Anglo-Saxon period was called Woodyaete, which means Woodgate. Some people have said it's the gate to a wood. I agree with Equal. I think it is a wood and a gate, and the gate being the gap in the Beauclerk Dyke. Gate in Old English can mean both, like a 5-bar gate and a gap, a threshold in hills, for example. And I think it's quite clear that the Yate is the gate of the Beauclerk Dyke.
It's Sexa Penna, which means Saxon hill, but in two languages, one Old English and one Welsh.